Since we left off last week, you guys were in the oak forest after having just killed the Minotaur, the skeleton Minotaur, and all four of you went back to sleep peacefully. There was nothing else in the night, and you wake up refreshed, all healed, and most importantly, level 4s.
Hey guys, I almost feel like I leveled up or something.
You have received the note. You are confused about the clearing. Anything else? Anything else you guys noticed?
Are we allowed to go like back there, or are we like not welcome?
They didn't really seem to like us, it was just this one guy.
Did they seem bad?
Oh yeah.
They say, I think that says help us, right? And then they got the flower, right? And that's the one we're hunting for. And they said moonlight, so it's like the full moon, which is like tonight, right? Kinda get what this note's saying, but every clearing is green.
Literally. Like they really narrowed it down. didn't they?
Yeah. At least they didn't. At least we now know it's not in the pink clearing though.
I think we should go back and meet that old dude that Nathan just dropped a hint on, and then maybe we can come back before night or something.
What if we kill like 3 birds with 1 stone, and we hand in the quest we've already done, we hand in the berries early, and then we say we're going to get the flower soon, and then we also talk to the guy about the main quest and talk to the guy about this quest.
Everyone give me a survival check. So Rontor and Tix have... They're fine, you guys. You're all just woken up in this forest. They had a nice, peaceful sleep. I'll say you guys will get rid of that disadvantage if you have it, like, next time you have a short rest. Or a long rest. Okay, so you guys can start making your way to town. You see a few little rabbits and like small animals running around through the forest where you can't get to in the thick of the woods. And you follow the path. You follow the path back, and you guys make it back to Aganon. You have arrived at Aganon, and what is your business here? Potentially
Can I
not.
go to like the apothecary that wanted the berries and flowers and be like, yo, we got 2 different kinds of maroon berries.
You can go to the apothecary. It's a small, unsuspecting little house. It's not on this map, but you can walk up to the door and knock on it. Someone will open it from inside. The inside's pretty quaint. It's all like a wooden interior. There's some shelves with a bunch of bottles and potions on it, and there's like a little like desk, and there's a cleric behind it, and he is in the middle of preparing what looks like another potion, and he sees you guys coming in, and he looks up, adjusts his glasses, and says, "Can I help you?"
Yeah, so like, we got that, the thing you put out on the board, and
Yes, my berries and my flower. Have you found it? And at this point, once he hears about the quest, he like gets much more interested. He puts his like potion to the side, and he gives you his full attention.
someone give him the berries.
Who has the berries?
Who's got the thornton berries?
So, okay, Tix has the Thornton berries. He'll hand over the Thornton berries. Tix hands over the Thornton berries. The guy pulls out this little magnifying glass and examines them, and he says, yes, thank you, these will do. What about the apple berries? Do you have them?
I'm gonna like... okay. So like, we found 2 different kind of maroon berries, so we got both, just in case. So I whip out my 11 unknown berries. I'm like, sir, are these it, or are we keeping these for ourselves and using them for poison? I mean, what?
And he says, well, let me see the other berries as well.
Okay, I give him 1.
Okay, he looks at both of them and he says, this will require extra experimentation to see which is the right one. Here, give me both.
I give him 10 of my unknown berries, keeping 1 tucked inside my berry pouch, which is just a water flask.
He looks at Lia and says, your berries, please.
Oh God, he's so greedy. Okay, I'll give him 8. So now I have 1 left.
He says, please, I need all 10.
Oh my God!
He ordered 10!
The poster said 10,
You're
I replied 10.
shortchanging him!
Everything I fucking
So
earned.
he says, thank you very much. Now, and he puts those aside and says, now, where are those berries? I mean, sorry, where's the flour? I need the flour.
So you see, these that flower, we're currently looking for it, and we have a connection with some local tribes people of the area, and we are going to acquire that flower very, very soon. But I was thinking, due to the troubles of finding this flower, which is quite rare, you could maybe add some extra compensation to the price you're going to pay us.
Extra compensation? Like, I was just about to dock your pay. You haven't even you have half completed your quest. And then he just waves you off and starts looking at the berry and says, get out of my shop, please, and bring me my flour by today. And then he says, also, if you're talking about tribes people, you should see the lord of the town. He inquires about those people a lot. So okay, so you guys can walk up to the keep, and that is where there is a guard outside. He's guarding the door. It's not very grand of a building. It's maybe 2 stories, has a little tower, and it's grand in comparison to all the other buildings in this small town, but in and of itself, it's not that special. So the guard's there, and he's holding his spear across the door.
I approach him. Greetings, sir. May we speak to whoever's in charge here, whatever his name was.
Do you have a meeting?
How do we get a meeting?
You have to look. I don't handle the reservations and the HR stuff.
Neither do we.
Or the reception
That's why we
stuff.
just walked up here.
Well, who are you? What's your names?
We are the Argon Expeditionary Force from, well, Argon. You probably haven't heard of us because no one has, because we are only recently been together. We have to inquire about some tribes people.
What's
something
this?
else.
Well, I haven't seen you around recently. What is your business here?
Well, of course you haven't seen us around recently. Like we said, we are from Argon. But, we want to speak to whoever's in charge because we have a quest that we were sent on by Argon.
Fine, wait here. And he walks in the door, closing it behind him. You can hear a bit of a muffled, like, talking behind there. And then he comes back out like a minute later and says, fine, the Lord Bridwell is expecting you. And he'll open the door and let you guys go inside. You walk in, it's still, again, similar to pretty much everything else here in Aganon. It is very new looking, mostly made out of wood, except in this building, unlike the other ones, there's stone like foundations. The walls at the base are all made of like stone, and then like finished up with wood. And it's still quaint, but it's looking a lot more professional than the other buildings. And you walk in, at the front there is a little waiting area. There is a door that's labeled council chambers, and then there is also a lady at a desk who says, just walk through that hallway. Lord Bridwell is waiting for you. Anyway, so you guys can walk down the hallway. There's like these like 2 pretty solid looking doors, wooden oak doors, and on it, in like a little brass like plaque, it says Lord Atkin Bridwell. Would you like to knock on the door?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you knock on the door, there's a voice from inside that says, come in.
I come in.
You open the door. Again, the interior is very similar to the rest of the building, except there is a large wooden desk at one end, and a man who sat there. He looks very formal. He's clean shaven. He's got blue eyes, black hair, standard guy, human, and he's in like his clothing is of a noble, much higher than any of the other people you've seen around here. This is like a starter town, so everyone else is, you know, lower class workers, settlers, travelers, adventurers. He's looking very authoritative. And he says, "Ah, you must be the Argon Adventurers Force."
Yes, the Argon Expeditionary Force.
Ah, Expeditionary Force, sorry, excuse me. Here, have a seat. And there's like 2 chairs. The chairs are pretty small, and Draco in all of his armor cannot fit in the chair.
I sit in 2 chairs.
The chairs have armrests though, so like you
I
physically
sit on
can't.
the armrest.
It will crack
Sorry.
on. It will.
That's what
Okay,
I was gonna say.
I do like an air sit. I like squat at like the desks next to the chair, and I like sit in the air.
Nick, give me a strength save. You fall over when you hold it for a couple of minutes and then you just fall over, and Tix will just stand. And
I'm just gonna stay sitting on the floor.
he like taps the back of the chair and like motions for Rontor and Lia.
We haven't even been in this guy's office for a minute.
Like while Draco is like attempting to sit on the seat, then seeing he can't, then attempting to sit on the armrest, and it's like cracks slightly, and then air sits and then falls over. This entire time he's just watching, just very sort of half confused and half disappointedly. Like, are these really the heroes, the only heroes we have?
Sir,
Also,
Mr.
the guy, don't worry, we don't want to be
Bridwell,
our leader
I see you have a distinct lack of seating arrangements in this office.
Oh yeah, yes. Excuse me. I'm very sorry. I was not expecting to have 4 very capable adventurers in my office. You see, this is still a new establishment, a new city, a town, as you will. Aganon has only been around for a few years. You see, you say you guys are from Argon, right?
Yes.
See, I myself was actually from Argon not too long ago.
Oh, really?
Yes, my father still lives there. I believe he still resides in our old house. It's near the lake.
Hey guy.
Sometimes I wonder how he's going there, if he's still going strong.
Oh, you mean the guy we took to the hospital?
Sorry, what?
There was this man, and he had like a boat shack, right? He kind of like fell over on the stairs and hurt himself a bit. So we took him back to Argon, and we got him healed.
Oh, thank you very much for being there for him. You've been sent here. I've been told to receive you. I have a bit of information from you. Okay, I need you all to listen to me. It's very careful. I've been told some information when I was last at Artoria Minor, and I was told that I would need to relay this information to a group of 4 adventurers that will cross my path, and it's of very high importance. Okay, so he says, firstly, this is Aganon, as you know, and we are a subdivision of the city of Turner to the south. Not too many years ago, they wanted to expand into new colonies, as you would. So myself, as a young apprentice of a noble down there, and a group of workers, we came up here and established this the city, as you would. All I know is that there is something coming, and you need to get to Artoria Minor, as they require your help. But not just your help, but they require additional things. I don't know what they are, but they just said that you need to journey, they chose you in Argon because it was the perfect place where if people were to go from Argon to Artoria, they could cross by all of the towns on the way and assemble a force and get the things they need. That's all I know, is just that you need to journey from town to town and get to Artoria Minor, where you will be told the full story. I just know that something's coming, something bad is happening. Anyway, that's what he's been told to tell you from the main side of the quest. Would you guys like to inquire about any other certain things?
Green clearing around here by any chance?
Green clearing? You do realize we're in a forest. There is green everywhere.
That's what we said.
Why
The,
do you inquire about this green clearing?
Look, we have a note from some cool tribes people.
A note from the tribes? Here, give it to me. He takes the note from you, and he looks at it, and he sees it, and he says, "Where did you get this?
As I
The
said, the
tribes
tribes
people.
people gave it.
You met the tribes people? What? He's looking at the note, and he's like, what does this mean? Why were you taught? What did they say to you? You can't trust them. They're the tribes people. We fought many when we were establishing this town. We
think
must
they've been,
drive them out of
like-
this forest if we are to prosper."
I think they've been like captured by this really by this like man with like this golden horn.
Who? We are the only people in this forest other than the tribes people. And I am
Yeah,
forced.
you're kind of wrong there, buddy. Not gonna lie.
There are no other people in this forest. We are the only settlement here.
That's incorrect, but anyway.
Who is
Well,
this
like, if
other
you wanna-
settlement?
If you want to come with us and see it,
elves.
you're welcome to.
I cannot leave my town. My town needs me. Describe these people to me. Who is this people? This golden horned man.
There's like an elven king in the forest.
Elven king. You do realize the elvens, the monarchy is in Artoria. The elven king and queen would never bother themselves. They're too high up and
Maybe
too
not
posh to
king,
come around
but
here.
like a local warlord type thing.
And then he's like thinking, he's really confused and stuff, and then he like gets this like look on his face where he's like had an epiphany and he realizes, he like sighs, and he explains that the king isn't really a king, but he's a very self-centered leader of a small band of elves that used to be in Aganon a few years ago, but they were banished after their views no longer lined up with the leaders and workers of Aganon, and they were banished and thought to have gone back to Grand Artoria, but instead had garnered support of more wealthy elven colonies and started their own civilization on the north side of the forest. Also, the elves are incredibly set on being racially superior.
What?
Yeah, and
Yeah, aren't you an elf?
she's a half elf,
Who?
I think. You,
Oh, I am? I actually
yeah, you're a
didn't
half
know.
elf. I'm talking about these elves, not all elves in general. I'm talking about these elves that have made the king, like who've made the manor at the north.
So, do you know anything about this green clearing? Because we're kind of stumped on that.
He says he has no idea, but if you meet with Raven, one of our trappers, he might know more.
Where was this Raven be? And
If you go to one of the guard posts on the north side, I'm sure he'll be there. And if he's not there, then he's probably out hunting or trapping like you.
Alright, I think that's all we need from you. Is that all you need from us?
Yes, you can go.
Okay.
And he goes back to doing his other work as you guys leave. So you guys can enter the guard post. There's two people on guard. One is obviously just like dressed in the same as all the other guards, and he's just stood there. The other guy's eating, and he's like in more he's not in like armor and stuff. He's in more appropriate like hunter's gear. He's got like a vest. He's got like a little like a dagger and a bow and stuff like that. And he's just eating, and then he sees you guys come in, and he just like looks at you, and he says, "Yes, can we help you?"
Are you Raven?
Says yes, and who are you?
We're sent by Lord Bridwell. We want to ask you a question about some of these tribes people.
Ah yes, those tribes people ruining these forests. What would you like? If you've seen them, tell me where their location is. We'll send a hunting party.
Well, all we need to know right now is this is green clearing that they mentioned.
Yes.
Where exactly would that be?
I've studied these people a lot as we've killed them off to expand. There is one location that
We're not the only ones then.
there is this one location that they use a lot. They frequent, and I believe in their language they call it the Green Clearing. He points it out on a little map. Is it? Do you know of them? Are they at the Green Clearing now?
No, we overheard them talking about this green clearing. Apparently, they're gonna meet there in about 2 days' time.
2 days time. I will
Or
set.
3 days. Sorry.
Thank you for this. Thank you for this information. I will set up a hunting party and we will go kill them all. Yeah. So you found the location of the green clearing.
Where'd you get your name from, Raven? Did you have like a unfortunate incident with a raven one day, or what's it about?
No, I'm the best hunter in this town, and I have very good observational skills, and my eyes are quite good. So they started calling me Raven because I'm a good hunter and I can see things through the forest very well.
Where'd you learn your hunting abilities?
My father, he taught me everything. He was a hunter before me.
Is he still around?
He was mauled to death by a skeleton minotaur when I was still
Oh,
young.
Ah, well, about that skeleton minotaur. Just so happened that we killed one earlier today. Last night, actually.
Did he attack you first?
Yes, actually.
Then it was not this one that killed my papa. Most minotaurs are very aggressive and attack first, but my father thought it would be a fun pastime to attack the one and only minotaur that had ever been found that was a peaceful one, and he got what he deserved.
yeah. He had it coming then.
Yeah. I guess we'll be on our way then, man.
So you still have quite a few hours, maybe 12 hours till midnight. So you can spend that however you'd like.
So let's go to the green clearing, because they said... It was the people who said to meet them in the green clearing, wasn't it?
Oh, by the way, the Lord kept the note.
Can I go back the thing and ask for it back?
He's already stashed it away. He's already filed it and sent it to his associates to look at.
Guess I'm not getting that back.
Someone give me a nature check. Just everyone give me nature checks.
19.
Drakeo clearly remembers the sort of directions he got from Raven, and you can cut through the grass and go through there, and you get on the pathway. It takes you 3 hours to get through all of this, because it's like places you haven't gone anywhere, and it's, you know, thick jungle. It's not a path anymore. Like, for a while you have to cut through the jungle, and it takes 3 hours, so you still have 9 hours until midnight, and eventually you finally make your way into a clearing. And the thing that that makes it different from all the other clearings is right in the middle of the clearing is a giant tree, like about twice the size of all the other trees around it, and its leaves are incredibly green, like much greener, like a lime green, like very bright green compared to everything else.
Why don't we go hunting?
As you guys are going hunting, everyone give me stealth checks. Tix and Rontor are incredibly stealthy. They are going in the brush, they're like sneaking around, they're watching, whereas Drakeo is not as great. He's like chainmail's clinking, his sword's fallen out of its thing, and he's just too big to really be stealthing. And Lia, who you would expect since she's smaller than the paladins and would be a bit more sneaky, is just super clumsy, stepping on every branch, making so much noise. She hits her head on a branch, like she moves some leaves, it's rustling everywhere, and you can just hear the smaller animals just running away. Just everyone's getting alerted. As you guys get closer to another clearing, you can see a deer. Okay, so while Tix and Rontor are at the front, and they see the deer first, and Rontor and Tix can both get off one round of actions before the unstealthy Drakeo and Lia just scares off the deer. Sorry, Tix will go first because he's the one who got the nat 20, and then Rontor will go. Okay, so he's going to use Sacred Flame, and he will take 5 damage. It is now Rontor's turn. 8 does not hit. You've missed. And with that, Draco's and Lia's unstealthy nature makes it bolt. Also, the fact that it now has, it's just been flamed, it will go up here. So if you guys would like to do a bit of initiative to see if you guys can catch it and kill it before it runs away. Short bow, 22 hits. The bolt soars through the air 75 feet, and it plunges into the back of the deer's neck, and it falls over dead.
Well, considering no one else is doing anything, I'll pull out my dagger and start chopping it up a bit.
Tass, give me a 1d4. Actually, a 1d5, sorry, 1d5.
5.
Okay, as you guys are coming out of, away from the deer carcass, and you're heading sort of off back towards the green clearing, you are met with a wolf. On the other side of this clearing, ignore the water isn't here. The 11 misses. And unless you're going to move, it is then the wolf's turn. You'll run up here to Draco, and he will bite you. And he will just bite the ground instead. Tix will come over here to the opposite side of him. Ooh, 25 critical hit. Dude, I don't think anyone's used the calling shots rule yet, so 8 damage, and rather than taking that additional critical hit damage, he will instead target, let's go his leg. So now the wolf's base walking speed is halved, so he can only move 20 feet, and it is now Lia's turn. Firebolt misses,
Damn it.
and he will go again for the bite. 9 piercing damage to Draco. And now that he realizes that he is sandwiched between these two paladins, and he is very hurt, and after biting Draco and doing 9 damage, he will turn this way and attempt to run, and both Tix and Draco have attacks of opportunity. And Tix will kill him. The wolf is dead. You guys can start heading back to your green clearing camp, and you guys get there. And that we'll say that whole ordeal took another 2 hours. So you now have 4 hours till midnight. It is 8 o'clock.
Do you have a short rest or something?
You can
Is
indeed
that
have a
okay?
short rest. That'll take another hour. So you guys can have a short rest. If both Lia and Draco's exhaustion token goes down back to 0, so you no longer have disadvantage. Draco, if you have taken damage, you can use your hit dice if you'd like to regain that HP. Well, you get 17 health, which would put you back up to full. Anyone else want to do anything else?
Should we take a break in real life as well?
Okay.